What is beauty? Many people think of grand things, majestic mountains, stunning sunsets, or magnificent temples. But true beauty is not limited to the extraordinary. It exists in the simple moments of everyday life. The problem is, we often fail to see it. Think about a cup of tea. How often do we drink tea without noticing the warmth of the cup in our hands, the gentle fragrance rising with the steam, or the quiet moment of peace as we take a sip? We are so busy thinking about the past or the future that we forget to experience the present. Yet, beauty exists in this very moment, in the simplest things. Imagine walking down a familiar street. If we are lost in thought, it looks ordinary, just another street, nothing special. But if we truly pay attention, we may see sunlight filtering through the trees, creating patterns of light and shadow. We may hear the laughter of a child or notice a small flower growing between cracks in the pavement. These small things are full of life and wonder. Ordinary moments contain beauty, but we must train our eyes to see it. A breeze moving through the leaves, an old couple walking hand in hand, the rhythm of rain against the window. These are not just background noise. They are part of the quiet poetry of life. Why do we fail to notice? Our minds are busy chasing after things, success, possessions, approval. We are taught to seek bigger, better, and more. But in this endless pursuit, we overlook what is already here. We miss the beauty that is freely given to us every day. We do not need to travel far to find something precious. Beauty is already in front of us. The simple act of truly seeing can change the way we experience life. When we open our eyes, we begin to notice the extraordinary within the ordinary. The next time you hold a cup of tea, pause for a moment. Feel the warmth, breathe in the aroma. Take a sip with full awareness. In that moment, you may realize something profound. Beauty is not something to chase after. It is something to notice. This world is already filled with beauty. The question is, are we paying attention? Life moves quickly. We rush from one task to another, always thinking about what comes next. Days pass, then weeks, then years, and we wonder where the time has gone. In this constant movement, we often fail to see the world around us. Beauty is there, but we are moving too fast to notice. Imagine walking through a garden. If you walk quickly, you may see only a blur of green. But if you slow down, you begin to notice details. The deep red of a single flower, the delicate veins of a leaf, the way sunlight touches the petals. Nothing has changed except your speed. Our modern world encourages speed. Fast communication, instant information, quick results. But when everything is fast, we lose something valuable. We lose the ability to see deeply. We see only the surface, not the richness beneath it. Slowing down does not mean doing nothing. It means being fully present with whatever we are doing. When eating a meal, we can eat slowly and taste each bite instead of rushing through it. When talking with a friend, we can listen deeply instead of thinking about what to say next. When walking, we can take time to feel the ground beneath our feet, hear the sounds around us, and see the world with fresh eyes. There is an old saying, a cloud does not try to hurry, a river does not rush to its destination, yet they move perfectly. Nature teaches us how to slow down. A tree does not force itself to grow. It simply stands, absorbing sunlight, drinking water, reaching toward the sky. In its stillness, there is great wisdom. When we slow down, our senses awaken. The taste of food becomes richer. The sound of the wind becomes clearer. The colors around us become more vivid. We begin to see the small wonders that were always there, but went unnoticed. Try this. The next time you drink a glass of water, Do it slowly. Feel the coolness on your lips, the way it moves down your throat, the refreshment it brings. Something as simple as water, something we drink every day, can be a moment of deep awareness if we allow it. The beauty of life is not hidden. It is waiting for us to slow down and see it clearly. Are we willing to take the time? Life is made up of small moments. A brief conversation, a kind smile, the feeling of morning air on your skin. These moments may seem unimportant, but they hold a quiet joy. The trouble is, we often overlook them. Think about the last time a stranger smiled at you. Maybe it was in a store, on a train, or just passing by on the street. It was a simple gesture, lasting only a second. But in that moment, something shifted. The world felt a little warmer, a little kinder. Small encounters like this happen every day. A bird singing outside your window, the sound of rain in the evening, the scent of fresh bread from a nearby bakery. These are tiny gifts from life, but we are often too distracted to notice them. Our thoughts are somewhere else, focused on problems, worries, or things we need to do. When we start paying attention, we realize that joy is not found in big events or perfect conditions. It is found in these small encounters. A child laughing, an old song playing in the background, the softness of a well-worn sweater. Each of these can bring a quiet happiness if we allow them to. One day, I was walking through a park when an old man sitting on a bench greeted me. I nodded politely, ready to keep walking, but then I stopped. I sat down beside him. We talked for a few minutes about the weather, about the trees, about nothing in particular. When I left, I felt lighter, as if I had been given something precious. It was just a short conversation, but it stayed with me. These small moments connect us, to others, to nature, to ourselves. They remind us that life is not something distant or complicated. It is happening right now, in the sound of footsteps on a quiet street, in the way sunlight touches a window, in the warmth of a cup of tea held between our hands. The next time someone speaks to you, take a moment to listen. The next time you see something beautiful, even if it is small, take a moment to appreciate it. Happiness is not something we must search for. It is already present in the simple encounters of everyday life. We just need to notice. We often think of beauty as something perfect. A flawless flower, a smooth stone, a well-balanced painting. But true beauty is not about perfection. It is about depth, character, and the quiet story that imperfection tells. Think about an old teacup, one that has been used for many years. Maybe it has a small crack or a faded design. To some, it may seem broken or worn out. But if we look closely, we see something else. That crack is a mark of time, a sign that this cup has been part of many moments, perhaps shared conversations, quiet mornings, or times of reflection. Its imperfection makes it unique. In Japan, there is an art called kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired with gold. Instead of hiding the cracks, the gold highlights them, making the object even more beautiful. This teaches us something important. What we see as flaws can actually add to the beauty of something. We often struggle with imperfection, not just in objects, but in ourselves and others. We wish we were younger, smarter, or more successful. We wish people around us were different. We hold on to an idea of how things should be, and when reality does not match, we feel disappointed. But what if we could see beauty in things as they are? The wrinkles on an elder's hands tell the story of a life lived. A handwritten note, even with uneven letters, carries the warmth of the writer. A melody played slightly out of tune still holds emotion. Nature shows us that nothing is truly perfect, yet everything has its place. A tree does not grow in a straight line. A mountain's surface is rough and uneven. The moon has shadows and marks. Still, we do not call them flawed. We call them beautiful. The same is true for our own lives. Mistakes, scars, and unfinished dreams. These are not signs of failure, but of experience. They are part of our story. The next time you see something imperfect, pause for a moment. Instead of seeing what is missing, see what is there. Notice the beauty in its history, in its uniqueness, in its quiet presence. Perfection is an illusion. True beauty is found in the real, the unfinished, the imperfect. When we embrace that, we begin to see the world differently. We begin to see with understanding, with acceptance, with wisdom. Most of the time, our minds are somewhere else. We eat while thinking about work. We walk while looking at our phones. We listen to someone while planning what to say next. Our bodies are here, but our minds are always moving, always searching for something beyond the present moment. But life is happening now, not in the past, which we cannot change, not in the future, which has not yet arrived. The only moment we truly have is this one. And when we are fully present, the world around us begins to reveal its quiet beauty. Imagine holding a simple stone in your hand. If you are distracted, it is just a stone, nothing special. But if you stop and truly feel it, you may notice its smoothness, its cool temperature, the tiny patterns formed over time. Something ordinary becomes something meaningful, simply because you are paying attention. The same is true for people. When we are fully present with someone, truly listening, truly seeing them, we connect on a deeper level. A simple conversation becomes an exchange of warmth. A small gesture becomes an act of kindness. Presence allows us to experience life more fully. Nature teaches us how to be present. A bird does not think about tomorrow's flight. It sings because it is morning. A river does not worry about reaching the sea. It flows because that is what it does. The sun does not rush to set. It moves steadily, moment by moment. When we are present, even the simplest things become extraordinary. The way water ripples in a cup, the feeling of soft fabric against our skin, the quiet pause between sounds. These things do not change. We change because we finally notice them. Being present does not mean stopping all thoughts. It simply means being aware of now, feeling the ground beneath your feet as you walk, noticing the way food tastes as you eat, looking into someone's eyes when they speak. Try this. For one moment, stop whatever you are doing. Take a slow breath. Feel the air enter your body, then leave. This is a single moment of presence, a small reminder that life is here, waiting for us to notice. The world is not far away. It is right here, in this breath, in this step, in this moment. When we learn to be present, we learn how to truly live. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you. It is a way of seeing the world. When we are grateful, we stop focusing on what we lack and start noticing what we already have. And when we do that, life becomes richer, fuller, more beautiful. Many people believe happiness comes from having more success, more money, more possessions. But no matter how much we collect, the feeling of not enough often remains. Gratitude changes this. It shifts our focus from what is missing to what is present. Think about something as simple as clean water. We drink it every day, but how often do we stop to appreciate it? There are places in the world where water is scarce, where every drop is precious. Yet, for many of us, it is always available. What would happen if, just once, We paused before drinking and felt grateful. A simple act would become something special. Gratitude is not only for big things. It is for small things too. A comfortable chair, a familiar song, the warmth of sunlight on your face. It is for moments that might seem ordinary, but are, in truth, small miracles. One day, I met a man who had very little. His home was small, his belongings few. Yet he was one of the happiest people I had ever met. When I asked him why, he smiled and said, "Because every morning I wake up and say, 'Today I am alive. Today I have enough.'" We do not need a perfect life to be grateful. There will always be challenges, difficulties, and things we wish were different. But even in hardship, there is something to appreciate. A lesson learned, the kindness of a friend, the simple fact that we are here, breathing, experiencing this moment. Gratitude does not change our circumstances, but it changes how we see them. It makes life feel more complete, more meaningful. And when we live with gratitude, we naturally become more generous, more patient, more at peace. Right now, in this very moment, there is something to be grateful for. Can you find it? Maybe it is the sound of your own breath. Maybe it is the fact that you are able to hear, to see, to feel. Maybe it is simply the chance to be alive, here and now. A grateful heart is a peaceful heart, and a peaceful heart sees beauty everywhere. Beauty is not something rare or distant. It is all around us, waiting to be noticed. In the quiet moments of life, in the imperfect and ordinary, in the simple act of being present. This is where true beauty lives. We do not need to chase after it. We do not need to change anything. We only need to open our eyes, slow down, and appreciate what is already here. A gentle breeze on a warm day, the sound of laughter in the distance, the way light reflects on a puddle after the rain. These moments are small, but they hold something deep, something precious. Living this way does not require effort. It is not about forcing ourselves to be positive or ignoring difficulties. It is simply about seeing clearly. When we begin to notice the beauty in everyday life, we may also notice a quiet sense of peace growing within us. Thank you for spending this time here with me. Your presence, your thoughts, and your support mean a great deal. Whether you have liked this video, subscribed to the channel, left a comment, or shared your kindness through super thanks, I am truly grateful. It is always a joy to connect in this way, to share, reflect, and discover together. If today's words have brought you even a moment of peace, then I am deeply thankful. May your days be filled with small moments of beauty. May your heart find contentment in the simple and the ordinary. And may you continue to see the world with new eyes, wherever your path leads. Thank you, always.